Hello Foggies, check out where Hoggy and I have been now that we're feeling better. We give you the latest on the edits for Time Clones Book 2 and find out what really helped to lift the fog in this week's Fog Log. Hello Foggies and welcome to this week's episode of The Foggy Author. If we haven't met before, my name is Brett Jackson. I'm an international sci-fi author. This is Hoggy, my trusty pig-shaped timer, and together we write books through the haze of brain fog. Over the last week, the weather has been warmer and the sun has been sunnier. All of this means that I've been able to get out the house more and more, and so has Hoggy. I've been drinking more fluids due to the heat and sleeping quite a bit better too, now that it's not so cold, and this has had massive benefits. I've remembered more, felt more alert, and less anxious. Last week I was so productive I completed editing and rewrites of over 6 chapters. That's over 5,000 words edited, and I'm now on chapter 61 of the edits for Time Clones Book 2. That means there's only 3 chapters left to go before I finish this editing phase. Yes! In last week's Foglog, I mentioned that I was considering purchasing an ultra widescreen monitor in order to boost my productivity. However, being the tech guy I am, and also the foggy guy who struggles with too much overwhelm sometimes, I decided against this idea, when I realised it would probably cause me more problems, especially if I keep losing my mouse all the time. So I decided to change my monitors from one landscape monitor on the left and a portrait monitor on the right to stack them on top of each other. And this week I did just that. Check out these photos. Talking of work, let's see what else I did this week in a section I like to call Stickies. Usually I write tasks that advance my career on yellow stickies and tasks that don't advance my career on blue stickies. But this week has been different. Instead, I went out and I took my small writing notebooks with me with some stickies and a pen. Once I'd done some tasks, I stuck them inside my notebook to keep them for later, so I can add them to my calendar when I get home. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if Stickies is still working for me now, as I only really have a few things I'm focusing on right at the moment. Editing Time Clones Book 2 and releasing these videos. I no longer get distracted by things like I once did, like new software for writing, and although I go out to stationery stores, I actually don't buy any anymore, unless I've run out. The stickies seem to have helped me to concentrate on the tasks I've needed to do, and that has worked. This week I edited a whole bunch of chapters and now editing through chapter 61. This is great news because I have fixed a bunch of plot holes and I've been able to get some really good amount of work done. I've also changed my monitor setup as I mentioned earlier and moved Hoggy's room around, making him a dedicated area on my desk now. Check out these pictures to see what I mean. In this picture you can see there's a tiny space, honestly just enough to be able to sit and type, and now he has an entire room, which is fantastic. He's even got enough room for his laptop, his second screen and his printer. This week Hoggy has been sorting out some pictures to put up on the Hog blog and organising articles so he can really start to get posting some pictures up on the website. And although we weren't able to do a sprint last Thursday, there will be a sprint this Thursday. Same time, 10 o'clock, and we'll probably do the same sort of thing. 20-minute sprint, 5-minute chat, 20-minute sprint, 5-minute chat, etc, etc. I think I'll be probably finished around 11:30ish. So that's a sprint this Thursday starting at 10 AM GMT with Foggy and Hoggy. Come and join our writing live. And that's all for this week. Thanks for joining Hoggy and I on another Foggy adventure. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with your fellow Foggies. And we will see you again in the future.